Cool. Right. So what I can safely say is that they failed to throw me off this session, which is awesome. However, in the process, I managed to throw myself off with that unfortunate slip up of me unmuting the mics whilst the intro music was playing. So, I don't know how much of the meows and that you may or may not have heard.
Success!
Oh
Failed successfully.
But this is what I have to put up with.
Success. Yes.
As you can see, for those that are going to be joining us on the stream, we are unfortunately down 2 players tonight. We are missing the wonderful Aspen and the marvellous Chris from our campaign in this session. So, the show must go on. But I think tonight is going to be an episode of sightseeing, tourism, and
Some shenanigans?
I surely hope so. Shenanigans. Yes, that's the word I was looking for.
You're welcome, by the way.
Thank you. But before we crack on with tonight's session, first of all, I would like to say thank you to all the followers here on Twitch. We are now up to 70.
Thank you.
Woo! Thank you so much.
That's a big milestone there.
It is, and in fact, it's actually one of Twitch's own milestones, which enables a few extra perks.
Nice.
So,
Whoop whoop.
no, I haven't enabled any of them in this session. However, starting next week, you might see a few additional perks appearing on Twitch that you, as audience members, hopefully will get to partake in. Woo! Freebies!
Woohoo!
Who knows? Who knows where that will lead? But yes, we did hit that milestone. So that's the first bit of good news. The second bit of good news is our Spotify and our YouTube channels are slowly taking off and taking shape. And our videos are, well, being edited quite promptly, on time. And because of the time it does take for myself to actually edit these, I am going to be looking internally to promote a new social media manager. So, I would like to introduce you all to Jude.
Hello. It was kind of the obvious choice, really, wasn't it?
Yes.
We do live together, so, you know.
Yes.
That will do it.
Yeah.
Bit of nepotism, maybe.
No, not at all.
No.
Just convenience to begin with. Doesn't change who our official artist is, who unfortunately is not with us.
Boo.
Boo.
Oh,
Sorry, Chris.
we missed you, Chris.
We want Chris back. It's all
Damn,
right.
guys.
It's all right. We've
Give
got
some
an emotion.
spotlight to the others.
Say that again.
Give some spotlight to the other artists here.
Can you?
Damn.
Oh, God, I'm just...
Yes, we do have other artists here who will be doing any
Yes.
art from tonight's show that they wish to.
Yay.
That's your cue.
Oh, right. Yes, I will.
This is going well.
I will do art. Mhm.
Awesome. I will look forward to the art when it happens.
Woo!
Because I think our viewers will also want to be seeing new art on the video intros.
Ooh. Can't
Yeah.
wait.
So yes, if you haven't done so already, do follow us on Discord in the link that's in the video. Go ahead, sign up, and if you are indeed in Discord with us, you will see our live events, or you can hear our live events, more to the point, within Discord in the D&D Games live sessions stage, and you're welcome to listen to us there as well. As on our Twitch, so do follow us if you haven't already. And our other socials include Blue Sky, Facebook, and YouTube. We are looking to expand our collection of social media postings and things, but we will be announcing those in the near future. So you could probably expect things on Instagram, maybe?
Instagram, yes.
And anywhere else?
Probably not. Probably not X or Truth Social, because we don't do those channels here.
So, with that being said, I would like to introduce you all to our brand new secondary introduction song. Which, if you'd been here from the beginning, you would have heard already. Let's get into tonight's game. Who wants to do the recap?
I unfortunately was in fact not here. So I believe it should not be me.
So, do I have last week's? Do I have last week's?
I hope you have.
Yes, I do have. Last week's 2 weeks ago. So the party basically woke up in Albion. Noticed a lot of differences. It was autumn rather than summer. The constellations were all wrong. No one had any service on their phone, not even GPS. The party were subsequently met a few people. First of all, there was a gentleman that they assumed was a LARPer, and tried to play along. And he spoke of towns called Ironstead. Was this last week's, wasn't it? Was it? A
think-
town called Ironstead, and also that might have been the first week. I might be getting confused. Sorry, guys. But anyway, the party were told, head for the big town. They ended up being attacked by 3 giant German shepherd-sized wasps, and the lovely Steve hit a couple with a ice bolt. Am I correct in saying it's an
Ice
bolt?
knife.
Ice knife.
Ice knife.
And while Chris ran and Jess tried to hide in a bush, she had the bright idea of playing some deathcore on her little portable speaker and phone that she'd handily brought with her, which seemed to scare the battered wasps off. They then later arrived, we assume, just out on the outskirts of Ironstead, where they met a lady called Elizabeth, who was a tailor and fashion designer, and was very, very interested in the party and what they were wearing. And after some negotiations, she agreed to take the party into the town itself. And that's where we left off, I believe.
Indeed, it was.
If I missed something, I'm sorry. I did write notes.
So the gentleman that you met,
Elijah.
an elven fellow, very graceful in the white and slightly gold adorned robe that he was wearing, I believe it was. And he did in fact guide you towards Ironstead, where after maybe half a day's of walking, you eventually came across a caravan that had a tailor in the back. Elizabeth was the name, and she invited you in after you agreed to allow her to take patterns and design ideas from your strange clothing, as she put it. The cart trundles along the road as you head down towards the gates of Ironstead, and you can hear the clunking of the wooden wheels on cobbles and stones as you pass. As the wagon is travelling, you can hear the clip clop of horse hooves, the 2 horses drawing this carriage ahead of you. There's some random calls and shouts that you hear occasionally from outside the wagon, but within this wagon, quite comfortable as it is, happily seated you all are. Elizabeth is looking rather amused at all of you. So where did you all hail from again?
Well,
The
I'm
lake.
from. No, she's talking about. She's talking about where we came from outside of this cosplay thing or wherever this is. Well, I'm from Newcastle.
I'm from London.
I'm from Mississippi.
Mississippi. Now,
Yep.
I've heard of some fairy tales where London has been mentioned, but curiosity. Perhaps you can tell me more when we get into a more comfortable habitat.
Of course.
Now, I do believe that you've been rather quiet this whole journey so far. What's your name again, miss? And she's looking directly at Aura.
Aura kind of points to herself, then looks at the others, then points to herself again.
Yep.
Me? Are
She
you
nods.
sure?
She nods.
My name's Aurora. People call me Aura. I'm just a bit dazed right now. Where are we going again?
We're heading
Ironstead.
to Ironstead.
Where in the UK is that? Give me a city. We're close to.
We... You really were in a world of your own for a while, weren't you? We are... There is no UK here. You are in Albion, heading towards Ironstead. Ironstead
Okay.
is a port town here.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm really tired of this. I totally get it. I totally support like the cosplay and the LARP and how cool that all is. I'm a farmer. I have to get back to work. Yeah. I don't have time for this. I need to stop this immersion. Okay, we didn't pay. We didn't pay. Okay, so you don't have to do immersion with us. Yeah.
So
Just tell me what city I'm close to.
how can I explain this?
Just say a city. I'm pretty good at geography. Yeah, I know the UK. I've been here a good few years now. I know you might think,
Question.
oh, Americans, we're dumb. We're not. Some of us are quite smart.
Yes.
Since Steve now comfortably can cast Ice Knife, can I like concentrate on the spell to show that I can cast spells?
You can try and concentrate or meditate on it. It's your choice.
Yeah, I will. So the idea is basically to show her like, okay, I can cast magic. This isn't just immersion.
Yes. No, I take it Aura wasn't around for Elijah telling us about, well, me and Steve, about the others that were basically isekai'd to Albion.
Aura wouldn't have heard that, as she was, whilst that conversation going on, was busy packing her camping gear and tent and everything up. So
What should I roll for this?
what spell is it that you are trying to concentrate on to cast?
The spell that I can comfortably cast now is Ice Knife.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to do is like create this knife or like this shard out of ice
Yep.
and just like hold it above my hand.
Well, I've just rolled my dice and rolled a natural 20. So,
Ooh.
long story short, your ice knife spell is something that you can comfortably cast now, so you don't need to roll for it anymore.
Nice, congrats.
So yeah, Steve holds out. He's like to Aura. Just look at this, and he holds out his hand, and slowly but steadily, a shard of ice forms in his hand.
Aura's nose crinkles and her brows furrow as she's kind of looking at this, and then she suddenly starts looking in like all directions, and she's like, right, where are they? Where are the cameras? I am done with this prank. God, I only want to play a game of Dice and Destiny while camping. That much
So-
for a girl to ask.
As you say, Dice and Destiny,
Oh boy.
Elizabeth's ears perk up and she looks over at you. As if it's triggered a memory. Her eyes begin to glow with a sense of joy as she looks at you and says, "You know of the prophecy of Dyson Destiny?"
No, it's a
But I said I wasn't
role-playing game.
interested.
It's not a role-playing game. It's a prophecy. I can't give you too much in the way of details. You'd have to head up to one of the monasteries, and they can tell you more. The monks up there can tell you more about it. But from what I know, it's something to do with an obsidian stone of power and a couple of crowns that at some point, if I recall, were destined to be merged to bring something about, but I can't remember all the details. But it is a prophecy that we have in this world, in this land.
Look, sweetie, honey, darling.
I'm
I don't. I want to go home. I'm done with this. I'm done with everything. I have cattle to raise. I need the cameras to come out now. Because if not, I'm going to sue. I'm so tired. So tired. Okay, honey.
She looks at you. She reaches forward and she taps your shoulder.
Yes, that's my shoulder.
As she hums a gentle lullaby. You see in her other hand a small thread vanish and dissipate into the air. Are you going to resist calm emotions?
Yes. Yes, I am.
I need you to roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
I don't know if I'm good at those. I'm alright at wisdom saving throws.
Wait, aren't you a druid?
No, I'm a farmer. Oh
What did you roll?
no! That's a 9.
You feel a wave of calming energy flow through you. You are not sedated, but your emotions are. You're no longer bound by happiness or sadness. It's almost as if you are standing in a plane with all of your emotions surrounding you as you are able to just observe them all without reacting. And your
Wow.
mind immediately clears of all thoughts jumping from the future and from the past and all your different experiences, and it suddenly becomes very clear. You're still present. You're still you. But the emotions have been sedated, as it were.
She just kind of whistles because Aura can whistle and I cannot. And she kind of like almost like leans. Are we standing? No, we're sitting.
You're seated. You're seated, and it's very comfortable.
She kind of leans back in her seat and she's like, "Man, whatever Zaza is going around right now, good stuff. This is fake Twitch. This is a character. Just in case. Just in case.
Now, Elizabeth looks at the rest of you. We should be approaching Ironstead's gates very shortly, and I would appreciate it if we stayed a little bit quieter. Allow me to do the talking when we get to the guards, but and she looks over at Aspen and Chris, who seem to have just fallen asleep where they were sat. I don't think we'll have to worry about them making a noise.
They must be tuckered out.
Yeah. I have a question.
Yes.
Have you heard of someone called Elijah?
I have not. I'm not familiar with this person. I'm sorry.
Huh. Okay. No worries.
And yes.
So that lullaby, was that a spell or something?
It's
Magic isn't real.
It's a gentle trick that is known as calm emotions.
Like
Ooh.
hypnotism.
No, this strips your mind away from the emotions so that you can observe them without reacting to them.
So you're a psychologist too?
I'm not familiar with this term.
Well, I've seen something familiar in the player handbook I'm using or loaning at this point.
Yep.
And it's similar, but not quite the same. I think it's called Charm Person.
Something that the wily bards tend to use. Charm person works very, very differently. If you're charmed, then you will see someone as a friend. No, with the use of this spell, we're not altering anyone's perception of anyone else. This
Pretty much
is
making them non-hostile, or something like that.
it's allowing them to think carefully and rationally without emotions clouding their judgment, is how I would put it.
So you're a therapist?
Now, therapy is a term I've heard of. The therapeutic doctors, the healers that we have here for emotional support, tend to be more of a druidic variety. Very much in tune with nature.
Jess looks like kind of, when someone's shocked and they don't really know what to say, so they have their mouth hung open. So she's kind of like, her mouth's kind of hung open and her head's tilting to the side as if she's trying to make sense of things and still kind of working through whether this is real or a LARP. But she's kind of leaning towards this is real, and she's just very confused and trying to put it in terms she knows.
Mm.
So I got one more question.
Yes.
Considering that I don't really have a spell book or anything to, see my spells that I'm using, is there somewhere, I could purchase a book or or like a something I can focus magic through to make things easier?
Sounds like you're talking about a grimoire. Weird.
Like somewhere. I Is there anywhere I can get weapons? Because I don't fancy being attacked by giant wasps again.
Yes, there is. There is a wonderful blacksmith that you can find in the Artisans Guild here.
Okay. Excellent, thank you.
And I highly recommend them, but they're not cheap. There is also, for your needs, there is a potion shop nearby as well. And they often have quills, ink, and parchment available for you to use for magical means.
Sorry, where was that? You said for the magic one. I'm making notes. My apologies.
All of these are in the artisans' quarters,
Oh, okay.
where you'll also find a chapel, should you be of a religious nature. You feel the horses and the carriage slowing down and coming to a halt. The now familiar and quite comforting clack of wheel against the stone roads beneath comes to a halt. And there is a knock on the back door that is the entrance to this quite plush carriage. Hello?
That's a new accent. How long does a calm person last, by the way?
How long does a what, sorry?
Calm person last.
Bear with me, I will get you that answer.
Thank you.
It's a minute.
Yep, 1 minute. So it would have
Okay.
passed by now.
She kind of like blinks, rubs her eyes. They're slightly red, and she's like, I don't like that someone involuntarily made me high there.
I didn't make you high. I simply gave you your own perspective, free of emotion.
So, with that, no. No.
Anyway, bear with me 1 moment. And she steps outside of the carriage, closes the door behind her. Hello, guards. You can hear from inside. How can I assist you? There's some low grumblings from the guards that are outside and some quieter conversations that you can't quite overhear unless you're trying.
I'll try it over here.
Okay, roll me a perception check, please.
Come on, perception. That would be a 17.
Ooh, you can very much hear what's being said. Your ears prick up as you shuffle towards one of the chairs closest to where the door is, along this bench. And you hear from outside the guards saying, "So, how many people have you got in there? And what goods or trade goods are you carrying? And what is your intent and purpose for entering Ironstead?" To which Elizabeth's response is, "My humble tailor shop is here in Ironstead in the Market District, Elizabeth Tailors, and we are 7 in number in the carriage. And yes, they are all wearing what I had hoped to be possibly some of the latest fashion trends in the city where we have just come from." Ah. So you've been up to the Silver Lakes then? Yes, indeed. Very well. Can I take a quick peek in to verify your account? Of course you can. And she opens the door. You see in the doorway as you look out, all of you, a guard standing there looking in. And as he sees all of you, his hand goes to his sword on his belt. His jaw drops like a stone, almost like sank out of one of those cartoons.
I'll wave and smile.
Chillax. Everything's cool. I mean, don't grab your sword. Because that doesn't look safe. Or padded at all. That isn't safe.
Elizabeth
There's like regulations.
shuts the door. Are you satisfied, sir? What are they wearing? Is all you hear. As I said, something that I thought as a fashion designer might appeal. It was a very hard sell in the city. Good day, sir. And she steps back into the carriage, closes the door, and you feel the hooves of the horses begin to pull the carriage along once more. Looking out.
We can all agree. Oh,
Go on.
apologies.
No, go on.
No, she was gonna. We can all agree that sword was definitely not LARP safe. I'm sure there are regulations with like foam and stuff.
Yeah. Don't think it was LARP safe.
It's a bit dangerous.
I don't know how to say this, but I don't think we're in the UK anymore.
Look, I get it. Maybe everyone's in on this prank, but I'm not falling for it. I'm not stupid. I know you might think Americans are dumber than people from the UK, but we're not.
Sorry.
This is getting ridiculous.
I
Listen.
had.
Elizabeth pipes up. Listen, all of you. I have heard this word being bandied about a few times now. What is LARP?
Live action roleplay.
Well, why
What you're
didn't
doing.
you say that you were a theatre troupe?
We're not.
I'm sorry, what?
You're all from a theatre troupe then?
No.
No. Are you?
No.
Is this some kind of immersion thing?
No,
Because I mean, man,
I'm a tailor and I'm about to take you to my shop. To try and
nothing
keep you
stops me from
safe.
doing stuff. Keep me safe. What's dangerous around here? Should I be concerned?
Yes, considering there are wasps the size of German shepherds that attacked us no more than a few hours ago, I don't think we're safe.
And the fact that I just shot out some ice from my hand.
I scared
I'm not
them
over
with
the I thought the wasps were just normal wasps that you were fighting, you know?
No, They were the size of German shepherds, like big, like as big as half my
I know what a
size.
German Shepherd is.
Half my size. They
Okay.
were big.
Okay, well, people and their LARP monsters can get quite realistic. For special
They
effects.
were flying, literally
Their
flying.
drones exist.
I mean,
I've seen them filming movies in Glasgow.
that's actually a really good point. But they were scared of my music. I mean, most people are scared of my music, but that's
Most people are
besides
scared
the
of their
point.
music. It could have been damaging, like their interface or something, depending on how loud they're. Look, maybe we've all hit our head really hard, and maybe you're starting to lose grips with reality, but I've not. Okay, magic isn't real.
Magic is very real.
If it was
No,
the
like,
mushrooms, it would have worn off by now. It would have
she
worn
puts
off
a
by now.
hand out to both of them. Shh, 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 shh. Magic isn't real. We have somehow gotten ourselves into a very convincing LARP. There's one in Canada, I'm pretty sure, and just no one has decided to break immersion at all. Otherwise, there's a fine or something that they're not willing to pay. So we've just got to find the organizer and be like, "Hey, let us out. We didn't pay for this." And you know what? Maybe we'll be charged a little bit. At this point, I don't care. I'll pay for a ticket just to get out. Yeah, I am done with that.
You have gold?
I will check my purse or my wallet, which had 50 quid in pound and in notes. Yeah.
Are
I
you...
always carry around £100 cash. So
No.
wait, is it different for the rules?
Yes. You only
I
start...
always
Everyone
£50.
started off with £50, yes. So, are you just looking at it in your purse, or are you going to pull it out?
I'll look at it in my wallet.
Looks like you've got 50 quid.
Okay, so it's still notes. Okay, fine.
I have cash, I have card. I'm sure they take card. Or I'm sure we'll find a cash machine at some point where I can withdraw if I really have to. That'll be a bit annoying, but
What is a cash machine?
It's
an ATM, a hole in the wall. God, you people are so specific with your language.
You put your card in, you put your PIN in, and then you select the amount of cash you want to take out. Then it gives you your card back, and then it gives you your money. Linked to your bank account.
Sounds more like a secret guild's secret message spy ring type thing. And that's above my understanding. But cash machines, cards, it doesn't make any sense to me. And can I ask, where do you think you are?
Not far from the Lake District.
Well, the Silver Lakes are northish of here. But I don't think you're referring to the Silver Lakes, are you?
No, it's a national park in Cumbria.
I'm gonna lose my marbles if someone doesn't start speaking normal English soon. Yeah, I am.
Is there somewhere we can get this lady a drink?
Yes.
Good track us charm person on her.
You're actually going to try charm person?
No, I'm just suggesting it.
I think we need to go to a tavern and have a drink.
No, you were so
And calm
close. You were
down.
so close. I'm losing you. I'm losing everyone. Everyone's losing their minds.
As
Breathe,
you're
Aura.
continuing this conversation and debating on what's real and what isn't, the horse has passed through about 10-15 minutes of the town so far. And outside the windows of the carriages, with the curtains now drawn back, you can see these old Tudor style houses with the wonderful beams and all sorts, like very, very old English style of housing and buildings all around you. Stone woodwork. You can smell various things wafting in through the slightly cracked open window, such as the smells of fresh meats being cooked, and street foods, that sort of thing. And it seems that you are slowly passing through a sort of market district, as it were. There's bunting and banners and such lined across the stalls from one side of the road to the other. And although there is a path cleared down the middle of this road, there are stalls, market stalls, either side, all the way along, and it is busy. There are maybe 150, 200 people, give or take, just within your eyesight alone, like forwards and back, in front of and behind the carriage. And they all seem to move out of the way of the horses as they start to go past and through. You're not going particularly fast through this market, but you are making relatively good time. But you're hearing various calls and shouts of barters in different strange languages. Some almost sounds like it has a Scottish accent. Others almost sound a bit Welsh in their accents. But that's about all you can make out from the languages themselves.
Can I understand any of them looking at the languages that I have?
And your languages that you have.
Dwarvish, Elvish, Goblin, Thieves' Cant, and Common.
Right. So, as a part of your transition, the Dwarvish notes that you're hearing, the more Scottish accent, you feel a tickle in the back of your head, and this goes for anyone else that can understand Dwarvish.
So it goes for Steve as well.
Yes.
What languages do you have?
I got Common, Dwarvish, and Elvish.
That's such a great question to ask. I don't know. Let me check.
You should have at least 3, including Common.
Sorry,
Where would one
Steve. What
find such-
languages do you understand? I'm just going to make a note.
Common, Dwarvish, and Elvish.
Cool, thank you.
Where would one find things such as languages?
You're in the server, aren't you? 1 second. Let me load that up for you whilst we find out. But I believe you may not have necessarily picked them.
Okay. That's so fun. Let me quickly check which ones my class gives me.
Yes, that would be a very good starting point. But from what I can see, languages you have not chosen.
I'm so smart and so
Hmm.
prepared.
That's
Sorry.
fine. Do you, at this point, one of the three languages, if you wish, could be Dwarvish or Dwarven.
Dwarven sounds good.
Scottish.
Almost Scottish-like. Okay, so this will go for you as well. So I want all of you to roll me a wisdom check. No, sorry, an intelligence check.
Intelligence check. Okay, come on.
As this thick, heavy
I
shout.
rolled a nat 1.
Oh, that was a 9 total.
Like, don't humans have something called heroic? Don't humans have something called heroic inspiration where you can just reroll fuck?
Language.
Unless
Got a 5.
you have a 5, so 2 5s and a 9. You are all tickled by the Scottish sounding accent, but for the most part, you all put it down to maybe it's just a familiarity of home. But the voice that comes across is gruff, that you hear, and thick. You don't understand it at this time. But the carriage eventually comes to a stop. And Elizabeth opens the door. And outside you see she is parked up behind what appears to be quite a humble tailor shop. You know, it was only last week that someone tried to burn this place down. More fool them, the Azure Watch caught them.
What is the Azure Watch?
Oh, they are the light of unity within this town, and they help keep the peace. They are our... They're basically our... They're our guards and watchmen, making sure crime doesn't pay.
The fake police. Got it.
They're not fake, and I don't know what you mean by police. Anyway, before we continue this on the street, maybe we ought to head inside quickly. And she unlocks her shop door and opens it. And as she walks in, you see her starting to draw the curtains across the thick, heavy red curtains across the windows as she invites you in. Do come in, and sit down, and you can place your bags over there at the back of the room. And she shuts and locks the door behind her.
What does the room look like? What seats are there to sit on?
The room is filled with fabrics. Long rolls of linen, spools of yarn, and cottons and all sorts from the floor to the ceiling. There's maybe 3 or 4 different aisles with different materials, and one aisle with clothes that have been made and look absolutely amazing. Every single piece hand stitched, hand crafted, and you can see the time and the effort to keeping the place organized. As you look down at the floor, you can see that it is quite a plush carpet, and there is a slight scorch mark on the floor where you are standing. There is a
Oh.
half-height counter that comes up to about your waist, and there are 2, maybe 3 sewing apparatus and a spindle dotted about, almost like a workshop. Make yourselves comfortable. I think I've got some cushions and things over there somewhere in that far corner. If you want to go and rummage and pull some out, that's fine by me.
I'll stand.
You'll be standing a while, I'm afraid. Well, anyway, but suit yourself, that's fine. Now, let's start with a cup of tea. Shall I
You have
brew?
tea?
Yes, I will go and brew the leaves now.
2 sugars, please, and a tiny bit of milk.
We generally don't have milk with our tea here. It's not a common thing.
Oh.
I can run to the market and get some fresh milk for you. That's not a problem.
Don't worry. Can I just have it sweetened then, please?
Yes, of course, of course. Yes, I think I have some. I do. That's fine. And she disappears out the back, and you hear a fireplace roar to life out the back in the back room. You hear what sounds like a metal tin kettle being filled with water. And then you hear a small chink as it sits atop the hot stones of the fireplace. But she doesn't come back. Not yet.
Aurora, do you still think this is a LARP? Because look at this place. Do you really think they're going to build actual stone structures for a long weekend?
Yes. Yes, it's not a long weekend. It's not a long weekend. There's this thing in Canada, right? It's called Beakling. And it's a week-long LARP where they like get so into it. There's special effects, there's everything. And for some reason, they're doing this right now, and they're playing a prank on us, right? There's going to be cameras somewhere, and it's got to be that.
So kidnapping.
The only thing that
So you're saying we've been kidnapped?
kind of. Maybe we signed a waiver somewhere somehow to say this was okay. I don't know. I signed many things without reading properly. That's going to change.
How do you explain the ice knife Chris showed you earlier?
You mean Steve?
Steve, sorry. Steve.
As you're having this conversation, you spot both Aspen and Chris essentially pulling the stack of cushions over and making themselves comfortable in the corner.
At least they have tea here.
And, I've seen people make some wondrous things for LARPs. Like, I saw once online, someone, use, old vapes to have smoke come out of their hands because they, used fire magic.
Aurora,
I wouldn't put anything past these creative people.
Aurora, have you checked your phone yet? To see if
it could be red zone. It's a dead zone. I already have checked.
Have you checked GPS? GPS is worldwide. They even have GPS in Antarctica. I think.
Maybe
believe
our
I have
phones are
GPS.
broken because of the wire signal. That's always an option.
Look,
Didn't think that, did you?
we can keep telling you about how this is real, but how about I show you how effective that shard I showed you is?
You might not want to destroy this lady's shop.
Yeah, I'm not saying in here, I'm just saying outside of town.
Oh, yes. We don't want to
Okay,
cause
guys.
trouble.
This is getting a little bit ridiculous. Okay?
Oh, I agree,
I
100%. This goes against everything I believe, everything I've been taught, everything, I've trained for. And it's taken me a while, but I'm starting to believe this is actually real, in which case, if it is, how the heck are we going to get out of this? How the heck are we going to get back?
Wow, your mental fortitude is not as strong as I thought it was.
Well, it's not the mushrooms. They would have worn off by now. The mushrooms would have worn off by now.
Okay.
There's no historic cases as far as I'm aware of collective psychosis or hallucinations unless there are drugs involved. Drugs do not last. What are we about 40? Are we about 48 hours in, DM? About 48 hours in.
Yep.
The drugs and the effects of drugs would have worn off. This is. Like, let's just go with it for now and work out what the heck's happened. And I'm going to try and reason with Aurora, even though Jess thinks it's real. So Jess will try and reason with Aurora. Put it this way: if you think it's fake and everything else, the sooner we kind of play their game, and she does the air quotation marks, the sooner this whole thing will end and we could get back. Right?
And the faster
right,
you can
Steve?
get to your kettle. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's just play along for now.
Yeah.
You begin to hear the whistling of the old tin kettle on the mantelpiece above the fireplace.
Oh, tea.
Do they
I
have
need tea.
sweet tea? I've still not grown to like the British tea. Do you think they'd have any sweet tea? Maybe I should ask. I think they should have sweet tea. Like if it's like a Ran Fair type thing. Oh, sorry. If it's a medieval town of sorts, they tend to have sweet tea. Not historically wise, but you know what I mean.
I might have some coffee in my rucksack if you'd prefer coffee. I can ask her if she brew some
love
coffee.
some coffee right now. Some
Right.
coffee sounds great.
I can make you some coffee.
Yes, let's so Jess is going to go in her bag and try and find, they're like the coffee bags you can get that she's stored. She has coffee bags, and she'll go to Elizabeth and ask if she wouldn't mind brewing this coffee for Aurora.
Do you want me to grind it, or do you want to grind it yourself?
No, it's a coffee bag. It's like coffee in a tea bag. It's not tea.
Instant coffee. I got some fresh beans. I've got some fresh beans, actually.
Let's not confuse this LARP person. Let's just give her this coffee bag and see if she can kind of chuck it in some water with some sugar.
She pours.
I like my coffee black.
She comes out with this very, very hot kettle on a tray and several cups. Mugs, as it were, more like tankards.
Elizabeth, right?
Yes.
Strange question. Do you have any hot water that I can brew this coffee
I've just
bag in?
I've just boiled the kettle.
Oh, is it so where's the tea? Do you have tea bags? I might have a couple of tea bags left.
She pulls out from behind the kettle a rather nice teapot, as it were. Looks like it's a china teapot of some kind. And she shows you the tea leaves exactly as they were picked fresh this morning.
Ooh, vintage.
This is like the freshest tea I've ever seen. Aren't you supposed to dry it first?
Why would you do that? You lose all the flavour. Yes, it helps to preserve the leaf for longer so that you can drink it longer, but you lose the sweetness and the freshness of the tea and the actual flavour if you do that. No, 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 no. Let me.
She has a point there, actually.
And she pours not all of the water, but most of it into this teapot and then puts the lid on and puts one of her own knitted cozies around it, the teapot, to keep it warm. We'll leave that for a few minutes. Should be fine. What's this coffee bag that you mentioned?
It's something from where I'm from. We have something called coffee. It's basically a bean that's dried and ground. And anyway, this is a portable version. And I'll put the coffee bag in one of the empty cups.
Oh,
If you wouldn't mind just pouring some hot water on the top
not
of
at
this,
all.
please.
Not at all. You mentioned a coffee bean. Can I see one if you have one whole?
Yeah. I've
I
got some in my bag, actually.
May I have a look at one?
Yeah, or did you want to show it?
You go ahead, Steve. Aurora, do you take sugar or sweetening in your coffee?
No, I like it black.
She
Yeah.
She gives the coffee a stir.
Yeah.
And as she does so, she's taking a sniff of it, of the coffee bag. Very familiar.
Yep. Steve, from his satchel, grabs the fresh beans he has
Mm-hmm.
and shows it to her.
What coffee beans is it? Is it like in a package or is it loose or?
Yeah, it's like fresh beans, but slightly. It's like packed together.
So it's fresh coffee beans, but is it like an Italian packaging or is it? What does the packaging of this coffee bag look like?
It's a Brazilian type coffee, which is a bit stronger, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So it's Brazilian. Typically, Brazilian coffee is packaged, and I know this for a fact. Typically, it's packaged in paper packaging with quite a nice, has quite a nice fruity, nutty, earthy smell and taste to it.
While still being quite strong.
The takeaway is if you want to bribe the DM, buy him coffee beans.
Got it.
She pulls
Write that
out.
down.
She opens the bag of beans and she. You bastards. She opens the bag of beans and she pulls one out and she looks at it. Oh, wake nut. Gotcha. Yes, we have wake nuts here. Yes.
Wake nuts?
So coffee would be wake nut juice. So would coffee be your? So would
it's a
wake
nut.
juice be your coffee?
It's no. If you head south towards the more tropical regions, shall we say, the islands that are south of here, they grow a very, very, very rare crop, which is called wake nuts. This is the same thing as what you're referring to as coffee.
Wake nut. That's absolutely fabulous. I'm gonna use that one. That's funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna pour myself a cup of wake nut juice.
Wake nut juice. That sounds so weird.
Got him.
Oh my god, that's the funniest thing.
Just out of character, the laugh that Aura did was a genuine laugh of my own
Oh my
from the
god.
sheer shock.
I have tears streaming down my face. Oh my god.
That was amazing. Thank you so much for the reveal.
Round of applause, DM. You got us. Oh dear. Oh my god.
So, yes, see, they're very, very seasonal, very, very occasional, very, very expensive. Like, for the amount that you have in this bag, you're looking at about 4 or 5 gold just to buy a bag about this size.
That doesn't seem terrible. I'm assuming a gold is like a pound.
Mm-mm. What do you know of currency here?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Aura goes into her bag and she will take out her wallet and then she's going to take out her like 2 20-pound notes and her 10-pound note.
Okay, as you pull out these notes from your wallet, the wallet itself seems to have a hum to it, a vibration, as it were. And whilst you're looking at these notes in your wallet, they are just that, notes. And everyone who's looking can see they're just notes. But as you pull one of the notes out, there's a slight flash in your hand. This was one of your £20 notes. And as it flashes in your hand, it becomes a very shiny gold coin.
Okay. I gather 2 things from this. 1, incredible effect. 2, a bag of coffee is £100?
If that's how currency works where you are, then yes.
No.
Oh my god.
Wake nuts, coffee, whatever they're called, is about £3. Where we're from.
So, I don't know,
Which
like-
is what is that? Well, I have no idea what that is in this currency, but it's definitely not 100. 5 gold.
Hmm.
Oh my
If you
goodness.
divide 1 gold by 20 and then times that by 3, you would get some nice coffee.
Divide the gold by 20. Well, 1 gold is 10 silver, or 20. No. 1 gold is. Oh, maths. There's a reason I became a tailor. So,
Okay, let me guess. Because life is
so
simple.
Wakenuts, where you're from,
About
30
for this bag,
Mm.
if I'm correct, is the equivalent of about 2 silver pieces.
Probably.
Wait. Sorry, I like math. You said that 1 gold is worth 10 of your silver, yeah?
Yes.
So actually it would be worth like less than half a silver. So I don't know. Is
So
like
5
1
copper.
silver, 10 copper? Yeah, like 3 copper.
1 silver is 3 copper, yes. Sorry, 1 silver is 10 copper, yes.
So it would be worth 3 copper.
3 copper.
Yes.
Coffee is... Sorry, wake nuts are that cheap where you're from?
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, of course, it's gonna depend on
the
the
brand.
quality of bean.
Whether it's instant or whole or ground.
Or if you get it pre-made, like if you go to a cafe or something.
Well, the cafes here... Well, there's only one that sells wake nut, and they sell they call it a wake nut latte. I think they called it last year. They change the name every year though. But they do sell it, but it's like really expensive, and it's the only place in Ironstead that does it because it's so rare to get some.
Okay, so what you're telling me here is I need to ration the coffee that I have until I can get out of here. Great.
Yes.
How much do I owe both of
suppose.
you to take both of your coffee?
You can just have my coffee. I don't drink coffee. I drink tea, and I'll give Aurora the 10 remaining coffee bags I have in my pack.
You are the best kind of person. Steve, how much do I owe you?
I especially brought this bag, for my personal use, but I can give you half of the bag if you want.
I adore you both as people.
That's okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
We adore you when you've had your coffee.
You see
Now.
Steve. You see Steve grab the bag, painfully shakes, drops half of it in another bag, and hands it, shaking. Oh, this was so expensive to get.
Yep. Now, on to the business end of matters. I appreciate that you're new to town and won't have anywhere to stay. I have 2 rooms upstairs that are empty. If you wish, you can stay the night at least until you find accommodation. But as a part of the agreement, we were going to take a look at some of the clothing that you're currently wearing because I can see some practical use for a lot of these designs that you have on, and I think it could revolutionize quite a few industries here.
Jess will look down at her ripped jeans and be like, "Really? Jeans with rips in?"
She
And no, they don't need patching. They're designed this way.
huh,
Aura looks at her very utilitarian outfit.
yes.
I can understand where that's coming from.
What do you call this clothing?
What I'm wearing, it's a hybrid. It's a hybrid of dungarees and a bodysuit. It has lots of pockets because I have a utilitarian belt on so that I can put on like tools and that, but that's separate from my actual base. And then I have these things on, which are called leather chaps. They protect my legs from
Yes,
animals.
I'm familiar with leather chaps and things like that. That's not an issue. We've got various shin guards and things from leather and metals that I can get from the tanners or from the blacksmiths, depending. But these dungarees, strange word, but I kind of like it. I
I couldn't tell you how it was made. I just know that I love wearing them, and I have like another in my bag. So if you want the
Can I-
pattern from the one that I'm not wearing, that'd be great.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I can investigate. I hope you don't mind. I might have to unstitch. And as she looks at the stitching, she can see that, my God, whoever stitched this must have had the steadiest hand and the finest of movements.
It was a machine. Machines tend to do it.
You
So it's like this machine. It has two needles, and the needles kind of thread the thread through one another. It's a very interesting thing that I don't really know much about, but I love using a sewing machine. Fixes a lot of clothing.
see, everything you see in this store has been done by my very own hands.
That sounds like a terrible neck ache.
Oh no, I don't have neck ache. I'm still far too young for that. Maybe in another
You're
couple of years.
young.
I'm only
You're young.
I'm only 25.
Ah!
How old are you?
Let me double check that. As that is, in fact, not something I am readily knowing of.
I think you're around your 30s.
I was gonna say this is probably my oldest character ever made. I'm 29. And I have had crippling back and neck pain since I was about 18. I'm too old for a neck ache. Oh my god. I need to find your chiropractor. Or your doctor. They must work miracles.
Well, if it's a healer that you are looking for,
Oh yes, of course, a healer.
we have all sorts of ailment cures and things for various diseases and things that cause people pain, neck aches, and that sort of thing. Yeah, I will happily. I need to head to the herbalists anyway. At some point, I need to stock up on a few bits and pieces for my medicine cabinet. So I'll happily
Now,
show you the
herbalism.
way.
That's something I like. I love me some good herbalism. Sure, I'll join you. Let's see what this new town in a foreign land looks like.
I'm 30, by the way.
Smiles as you
Ow.
mention how old you are, and as she
I'm
smiles,
32, by the way.
she takes the dungarees off of you. Very interesting. And she
They are specifically tailored for women. The men's don't have these like diagonal lines around the waist area and are a lot boxier.
Well, these darts are a very interesting composition on the material. I will agree. It certainly does make and allow for the material to flow a little more easily around feminine form. Now, it's not uncommon practice for darts to be put in, but I've never seen them done in this way before. It's a very interesting technique. I'll stitch it all back together afterwards. Do you mind if I have to look at these patterns, if I untack some of these seams?
As long as it returns to me in no worse quality than it came to me.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I would never dream of damaging your property beyond repair.
Then sure, rip her to shreds.
Thank
And
you.
I'll send you the official outfit that she canonly wears because it actually exists in real life. That's what she wears, but she also wears other stuff on top of it, but that's the base.
Excellent. If this takes off, I fully look forward to seeing a load of people turning up at whatever con dressed in dungarees. Oh, that's going to be fun. Anyway, as she begins, she sits down cross-legged on the floor with a cushion under her butt, and she invites you all to do the same as you sit, drink tea, and continue your conversations.
Yeah, Steve sits down on his knees and like kneels down.
Or as kneeling. She sets it down crisscross applesauce, actually. That makes more sense for her.
Jess will sit down with her sort of legs tucked to the side, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and she's inspecting the dungarees as she talks, and she's drinking tea, straight, no sugar or anything like that. It's quite a sweet tea, to be fair. Nice, fresh, nothing like you've ever tasted before. But my God, it has a natural sweetness that almost makes you regret putting the sugar in it. But ultimately, you can still taste the tea, and it has a almost silky like texture or taste to it that you get when tea leaves are really fresh, and it is a black tea, but it is sweet it naturally sweet. And as you're sitting there drinking, she says, "So my understanding is that you have travelled a very long way. And I'm not saying this to be condescending or to upset you or anything like that. I'm saying this because I'm going to offer you a pick of clothing from here so that you can blend in more easily. But at the same time, I'm also trying to help you get some story straight. I have friends in the Azure Watch, and I will reach out to them. They will be able to assist you with if you need any help. But what I gather is you are travellers from afar, which would explain your rather foreign accents. And you've come a long way. You came by land and you came in from one of the ports up near the Silver Lakes, where the main city is.
Not exactly.
I'm trying to run a truth parallel to the truth you've told.
Okay, here, let me try this.
Yes.
Okay, we're in a foreign land, so let's write this story. Yeah, we are far travelers who went camping and got lost, traveled from the Silver Lake, came to Ironstead, I believe that's what this place is called.
Yes.
And are now trying to figure out where we came from as we have slight amnesia. That makes sense.
That also runs parallel to your truth and would be easier for you to remember.
The amnesia
Sure.
will really work here.
Sure,
Alright.
let's go with that. Yeah.
Okay.
She gives a little elbow to like both of the people, and she like nods, and she's like proud of herself for playing into this role. She's totally faking this. She does not believe shit that she's saying. Pardon my language. She does not believe anything that she is saying whatsoever.
What is Steve's reaction to all of this?
Well, as towards the to how we got here, or like are we trying to illustrate that we're how we got here?
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Mainly because
like
she needs to be able to report something believable to the Azure Watch.
so, from what I can recall and what my friends here told me, we were camping. We were playing a game of Dice and Destiny. Some weird stuff happened. A black dice or something showed.
Steve, you're breaking immersion here. Sorry to interrupt.
By all means, believe what you will. But I need to be able to tell the Azure Watch something that they can easily digest when
Well,
I speak to them.
if we're coming up with a story, how about we say we are travelers who got lost and need some equipment? How about that?
With amnesia.
Elizabeth bursts out laughing. Oh boy. I can see that this is going to be hard for all of you. So I am going to say, because I will get asked about my visitors today, I am simply going to say that you have come from, you are far travellers, that you were camping, you got lost en route, you have come down from the Silver Lakes, and I offered you a ride in my carriage as I felt you needed some assistance to get to a town. I will tell them that you came across as slightly confused and possibly with amnesia of some sort. And I will visit the herbalist with you tomorrow so that we can corroborate that story a little bit more before I head to the Azure Watch. Now, don't get me wrong when I say this. I understand that you are in disbelief, and I understand that you all have a very different account of what's happened to bring you here. And believe me, the clothing that you see on some of the people out there, and in fact, even some of the clothing inspired here in my shop, as she points to what appears to be a couple of very, very tight corsets on mannequins.
Ew.
Even
I feel bad for ribs.
even some of my own designs here have been inspired by, shall we say, other far travellers.
What do you mean other far travellers?
They came as a couple, and they've been here now for like flitting between Ironstead and the city for about 100 or so years. And it's their sense of clothing and style has an elegant flair to it and a gentlemanly nature, as they called it. It's very formal, but I don't quite know how to explain it. They called it Victorian.
Oh. Oh,
Th-
great heavens.
They've been here 100 years.
Yes.
Uh,
This timeline is making less and less sense, by the way.
but,
For a lot.
but humans don't live for 100 years. Well,
Some do.
some do, but they're normally very, very old and
Frail.
Yes.
Well, if I may say, they don't really look like they've aged that much.
Are they human? Are they sure they?
Oh,
why
yes.
am I asking that? That's a really weird question.
Yes, they very much are human. They bleed like humans. In fact, they probably bleed the same way you do. No one really quite knows where they came from other than a place called Cambridge. They call it the Albion's birth of elegant design. And in the city, in Silver Lake City, you will find their shop that they have all of their designs and things in. It's quite a rich affluence, and they have a lot of influence. But they literally have called their shop the Cambridge Tailors, or Tailors of Cambridge, more to the point.
So are they your rivals?
Okay,
Yes.
so there's some immersion breaking there. We would like to go visit these Cambridgeshire tailors.
No, just Tailors of Cambridge.
Great.
There's no shire on the end of it. I'm sorry to say. But yes. I mean, by all means, at some point when you visit the Silver Lake cities, do go and visit their shop. It is unimaginable, some of the designs that they have. My God, if only I had half the skill that they had.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry, I'm gushing a bit, aren't I? I've just come from there, to be fair. It's been a long journey, and, well, let's just say I picked up a couple of ideas, but I think I want to ditch that and look at your styles instead and maybe create my own. Maybe I'll call it Styles of London or Tailors of London instead.
We're not from London.
But
It's
she
only
said
me.
she was.
Yes, we're from all over the UK. I'm from London.
What does UK mean?
United Kingdom.
Oh, now that has a nice ring to it. Tailors of United Kingdoms.
Okay. I think I would like to go sleep now.
By all means, there's a bed and furs and all sorts upstairs that you can lie in with plenty of very warm covers that I've made. By all means,
What
be
time
my
of day is
guest.
it? Sorry, what time of day is it?
At this point in time, You can't really tell because the curtains are closed. But if you were to look at your phone, it would say it's about 8 o'clock at night or 2000 hours. But it is getting late. You do know that much.
Okay.
Just one quick thing before I go upstairs. You're saying in exchange for our clothes, we get to pick any of the clothes that we want.
Yes. I mean, by all means, that if I am going to use any of these designs, shall we say I don't really want them to be seen on the streets yet.
I really don't want to give up my band t-shirt. This band t-shirt means a lot to me. It's like my favorite t-shirt.
It says Iron Maiden. It almost reads like you're supporting torture.
Well, they are named after a medieval torture device, but they're a band. They play instruments. They're like a heavy metal band from where I'm from. They've been going like I think 40 years, and they go around the world, play to thousands and thousands of people, and yeah, they're really good.
So you
Or
have, where you're from, you have bands instead of bards. Is that right?
They're kind of like the same thing, except the music's like usually. And Jess is going to kind of pause because she doubts that Elizabeth knows what electric guitars are. Let's just say they don't play on lutes, they play on guitars and things.
She looks slightly confused, but she just nods. And it's like,
Oh, here, I've actually. And Jess is going to bring out her Bluetooth speaker and her phone. I actually have some of the music on my phone. If you want to hear them.
Oh, Lord.
Whoa.
No, don't worry. It's not a weapon. It's a music box. And so Jess will load up some Iron Maiden, and she's going to pick. Let's go for Run to the Hills. And start playing Run to the Hills on her phone, and it'll come through the Bluetooth speaker.
She stops everything that she's doing. How loud are you playing this?
Not that loud because I don't want to scare her too much.
She stops what she's doing and she's looking at the speaker. And this square or rectangular flat brick thing that's in your hand. And back at the speaker. Confused. Very, very confused look across her face. I'm sorry. I don't understand what they're singing.
Run to the hills. Run for your life.
Why would I want to do that?
It's just a song. It's based on historical events.
Like the bards that sing of tales of heroes.
Yeah, you could say that.
That's a very so can I? And she reaches forward to look at the Bluetooth speaker.
I'll pass it over.
So sound travels with this.
From this, and she points at her phone.
But there's nothing. So you do have magic in your world, or
No, no, it's not
wherever you've come from.
It's not magic. It's just it's basically so music goes on something called the internet, and there are streaming platforms, and then you can make your own playlist of all your favorite bards.
There's
And
something that you notice, something very odd that you notice when you say the word internet. It doesn't come across as internet. Instead, it comes through as more in a common translation of magical weave.
yeah, so you download it. There's like sites basically which have loads of music, and if you have a phone and you have the right application, you can make a playlist, and if you pay money monthly, you can download it, so when you have no internet.
Sorry. I'm so sorry, but half of the words that you're saying make no sense.
Yeah, it's
And
technology. To be
you realize as you're speaking that you are slipping from whatever this common language is to English and then back into a common language when a word can be translated. It seems very awkward. It's almost like when you hear foreign language students talking in their own language and every so often slip in an English word that you don't expect within the sentence that they're saying in their language. And it's very fluid and it's almost natural. But every time that happens, her look on her face just gets more and more confused.
just notes the confusion. To be fair, we've only had this technology for what, maybe 30 years, not even that. It's fairly new.
The closest thing we've got to anything that can send a message or a sound are sending stones. And you record the message in one, and it repeats it at a set time and place and date according to the wizard's wishes whenever they want it to, wherever they want it to be, whether it's halfway around the world or when it reaches a certain distance, or that's the closest we've got to this.
I'll go with it. Just think of like millions of sending stones all in one tiny sending stone that you can access at any point in time and repeatedly. And you can transmit it from the sending stone to a thing that makes the sending stone message louder. But Jess is going to try and explain it in that way, even though it probably makes no sense whatsoever.
So that's interesting. So this is like where you're from. This is basically a sending stone with a receiving stone. And I think I understand it. And the sending stone that you have allows you to save the messages instead of it only being able to repeat the same message over and over. You can actually play older ones.
Yes. And Jess will look over to Steve and Aurora for help. see if she's making any sense whatsoever.
Aurora is going around and just like she has like a little pile of clothes in her hands that she's just kind of picking off and looking at them.
Oh yeah, I forgot
I'll
Aurora
take
had
that.
gone to bed. Sorry, Aurora.
No, she's
Just
she's just vibing there, you know. She's gonna go to bed soon. But she's got a pile of clothes. She's like, yep, I'm gonna take that. Yeah, I could wear that. This looks pretty.
Steve. Yeah,
Aurora,
making sense.
Aurora, sorry, one moment. I appreciate that you're taking your fancy. There's just two things that I do not wish you to touch, or I'll let you try them on, but you're not going to be able to wear them out. And that is the two corsets that you see there. And if you have a look by the front window, there is a very long black gown. You know, it's think of the sort of Victorian era dresses with the corset built in and the huge petticoat. Is it petticoat? It's called that comes out the back, the buttress
Train.
train.
A bustle or a train, depending on what
Bustle.
you're meaning.
The bustle. That is. Those are the only things that you can't take or wear out. But if you
Don't
wish,
worry.
I will let you try them on.
No, don't worry. They're too feminine for me, and I am not trapping my ribs in a corset. They don't need bars. They don't need to be caged.
Interesting thoughts.
Anyway, here you go. And she just plops down all these clothes.
That's. Let me. So upstairs there is a wardrobe in your room. You're welcome to hang the clothing up in there. Just try not to ruin the clothing, please.
Yes, ma'am. And I've sent you the clothing that she would have picked up.
Excellent. And yes, I have received that. That's fine. Yep. Oh, yes.
I felt it fit the vibe and also fit her.
Cool. Yep. So you happily get pretty much what you want. The only difference, would be the hat. This isn't really a hattery place.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But we will take that design and create some art for it. There you go. Seeing and we'll release that art in the next video. So with that, she nods. I can see that suits you quite well.
Thank you very much.
And she looks at you, Steve, and she's like, "So I've not heard much from you since we've got here. You are quite a handsome chap, if I may say."
Why, thank you. My wife would totally agree with you there.
And you're married.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not see a ring on your finger.
Yeah, I left it at my tent.
Oh. Well. So what do you do then? What are your skills? Perhaps we can find something
Um,
suitable for you to wear.
well, I figured out how to use magic, or at
Oh,
least one spell as of now.
oh, magic user. Interesting. Yes, I can see that, but hmm. Okay. She takes a quick look around the shop and she points to a few items. Describe the items of clothing that you would choose that fits this time period, as it were, or this era, this place.
Well, Steve would either be looking for like a tunic with a half rope around his around one arm,
Yep.
or more towards a full like a purple a robe with a bit of gold lining in it.
That's the odd thing that you do notice is that there's no sort of purple clothing or thread within this shop. In fact, two colours are definitely missing: purples and red scarlet like colours.
Question: why don't you have any purple or red?
Uh, let's just say guilt by association.
Hmm.
Um, we have only just recently recovered from a rather nasty criminal organisation that had gotten its claws into Ironstead, and a band of unlikely heroes formed with our great Lady Selene, counsellor and ruler of Ironstead. She and this group managed to free the town of the syndicates, the Crimson Cloak Syndicate's grip. Hence
Well,
why purples and reds are not really a go-to color in this town at the moment.
yeah, I get that. So you said we are trying to blend in. What is something magic wielders typically wear?
In these parts, well, you do get a couple of traditionalists every so often. By that I mean the ones that decide that they have to wear the pointy hats and the long robe and cape and all the rest of it, and go around chanting all the time. And then you get the more social magicians who
Mm-hmm.
tend to be, well, rather laid back, wearing casual tunics and uh, maybe a cape if they're feeling adventurous, but otherwise sort of pantaloons and light clothing, um,
Well,
stuff that flows freely and allows for quiet movement.
is well, I do have an idea actually. I don't know if it's possible, but maybe like a tunic and with a half cape like draped over,
I'm I'm
to
sorry,
distract someone.
Uh,
Yeah, like a cape that's on on the side on my arm instead of the back.
oh, I see. I'm Might take me a couple of days, but I could do something like that. It's definitely going to be unique. but it wouldn't be too far off of what is already in and around the town. What about yourself? I see you wear this T-shirt, you called it.
Yeah, it's got a tank top to be specific.
Huh.
I mainly
Certainly shows off your arms. It'd be quite good for perhaps more of our barbarian-like fighters in the gladiator pits might want to maybe see that sort of design.
Yeah, I mainly wear this when I'm teaching, martial arts and such.
Huh. So you know how to fight with martial weapons?
Mm, I I know how to handle a longsword
Huh.
or
Maybe.
maybe a bow staff.
Huh. There's a possibility then, if you know how to hold your own in combat, that we might be able to find you some simple jobs as mercenary for hire to protect caravans or to maybe enter some competitions that could very well earn you some coin. I know the Azure Watch has been looking for people that are willing to protect caravans as they travel between here and various other places around Albion. So there's always the
That,
opportunity there to earn some coin.
that's definitely something I should take into consideration, but well, I'm not sure how well my real world my lance martial arts will be effective here, you know.
I mean, it's different. So it might be more effective, or it could be absolutely useless. You're right. But there is one place in town where you're guaranteed to be able to find out. There's a how should we put it? There's a rather rough tavern down by the docks that I think you'll be right at home with. Trust me, all it takes is the spilling of a single beer, and you'll get them riled up, and there'll be a bar fight with 100% guarantee. And then perhaps you could test out some of your skills there. I mean, after all, most of them will be drunk, so it'd probably be easy pickings. But I wouldn't advise it, at least
I
not before 1 a.m.
I tend to only use these skills when in absolute necessity.
That's, huh.
For example, like a
Then,
thread of
hmm, then perhaps you might be better off taking the skills up to the monks at one of the monasteries just outside of town, because there
I
they may be able to spar with you accordingly.
I would love to see them actually.
That could be arranged. I can have someone escort you up there so show you the way. I'm sure the Azure Watch would be more than happy to oblige, as they regularly have to visit that way anyway.
That sounds grand.
See, I told you I was going to the Azure Watch tomorrow. Knew it would be a good idea to get the story straight. And with that, she chuckles at her own joke a little bit. She finishes the last of her tea And she has expertly dismantled in all this time Aurora's dungarees, like down to the exact pattern match for her to be able to properly inspect and investigate.
At this point, Aurora probably took all of her stuff and went upstairs to find a room to sleep in.
It's not hard, and yeah, the bed, it's straw, but it's covered. So it's like a straw mat essentially, but it has like a linen cover and plenty of rugs and throws and blankets that you can pull around and wrap around yourself. Surprisingly comfortable. Not as comfortable as your bed at home by any means,
Comfortable enough.
but it's comfortable enough.
Nope.
Yep, doesn't take her long. Head to pillow and she's out like a light.
As your head hits the pillow, you realize it's not that horrible foamy like pillows that you get now in cheaply off of Amazon or anything like that. It is proper duck feather pillows.
Ooh.
They are super comfortable.
So the mattress is worse, but the pillow is better.
Oh yes.
Nice, nice. Yeah, with that, again, she's out like a light.
That just leaves Steve and Jess. She bids the pair of you a good night. She folds all of the pattern pieces for the dungarees onto one of her many workbenches that are dotted around. And then she heads off to her own room. And you hear the click of the lock behind her as the door closes. The pair of you make your way to bed, or a bedroom, I assume.
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
And once again, plenty of throws, cushions, pillows, and covers that are all handcrafted by her. Very warm, very comfortable. But it is just a straw mattress with linen and super comfortable pillows. And it is with that we are going to say good night. And it is goodbye from us on the stream.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.